with my Golmaals and my Singhams, I'm very happy. क्योंकि वो एक मैंने अपना क्रिएट कर लिया कि मतलब यू नो यू विल रिलेट, यू आर साउथ इंडियन के सब इटालियन रेस्टोरेंट आ गया, सब आ गया, बट आप शिव सागर में जाएंगे इडली खाने, सो आई एम दैट शिव सागर, आई एम दैट ईरानी होटल का मस्का पाव एंड चाय वाला. आई एम हैप्पी इन माई स्पेस, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी इन माई स्पेस. आई मेक फिल्म एवरी ईयर. If I'm not making film, I'm doing series. If I'm not doing series, मतलब मैं कोविड में भी स्टूडियो में घूम बैठ के सर्कस बना दूं, ऐसा हो मेरा नेचर वैसा. Like we keep working. I live, I breathe, I'm driving, I'm flying, I'm talking, I'm doing anything. It's just cinema behind me. I love it. Good, bad, great work, mediocre work, but it's just work. 12th film, though, content driven, it's a very strong film, I would say. I think it's one of the finest written film and finest performed film of this year. That's what I feel as a director. Whether it is Ajay or Sunil Anna for that matter, Akshay, Amit ji. They were like real action they used to do. Like अगर jump करना है तो jump करना है, तभी special effects तो था नहीं. So they are used to all that. So they still want to do that. Everybody is a critic now. If you have a 4G, you are a critic.
Yeah.
If you have a 5G, you have a critic. On any subject. On politics, on cinema, on cricket. सबको बैटिंग आता है, सबको देश चलाना आता है, सबको फिल्म बनाना आता है. क्रिटिक्स तो बेचारे पीछे रह गए. You see this?
Oh goodness. Oh, there's a cut.
You see this?
The stitches are visible.
So when you walk तो नहीं पता चलता है.
I mean, you're in Jatland. You walk like that only.
I'm a Shetty.
You're a Shetty. Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. Today, my guest is Rohit Shetty, one of the nicest persons you will meet in the Mumbai film industry. Rohit is known for the action films and the cop universe movies that he makes. Delivering blockbusters at the box office is something he does on an off day. Rohit Shetty is making his web debut with the Indian Police Force. What will be interesting to see is how he's able to work his way into the smaller screen, as everything he's done so far has been larger than life. Big stunts, car chases. I mean, can you really get the feel of a Die Hard or a Mission Impossible series on the small screen? Or the Bond film or the Bond series? Let's get chatting with the Singham star, Rohit Shetty. Thank you so much for being part of the podcast, Rohit.
Thank you so much.
And I have your permission for viewers. I have your permission to call you Rohit.
Please call me Rohit, yes.
Okay. So, I'm very happy that I have another Shetty on the show. I had interviewed Sunil some time back, Sunil Shetty, and now you're here. And for once, I'm meeting somebody whose Tudu is worse than mine. So, Encholara, I should ask you. I'm sure you can answer that.
I know that. How are you? Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
Right. Okay, but you're not a Bangalore boy.
No, I'm born and brought up in Mumbai.
In Mumbai. Well,
Yeah.
so was I, but like you were Santa Cruz area.
Santa
I'm
Cruz, yeah.
Matunga, Chembur,
Yeah,
that
that's-
area.
That area was, it's like, Matunga especially, still it is South dominated.
Ha. It is, right?
Yeah.
So that place is like, especially when I saw your Lungi Dance, I was like, okay, this is something that I can relate. But anyway, so let's talk about you and about this back-to-back projects, Indian Police Force and Singham. Did you shoot for both of them simultaneously?
No.
तो या अलग-अलग किया?
First हमने IPF शुरू कर दिया था.
हाँ.
And Indian Police Force, and अब जाके सिंघम शुरू हुई है साथ में.
हाँ.
Now IPF is releasing. The day before I was in Hyderabad shooting for Singham again. Now I'm in Delhi with you. Again I go back in Mumbai and shoot.
Okay.
So
पूरा हैदराबाद में shoot हो रहा है?
नहीं, one portion is shot in Hyderabad. I shoot there a lot. Hyderabad and Goa. Hyderabad I shoot. There is a studio called Ramoji.
हाँ.
It's
Huge, na?
Huge. It's very big, and then the kind of work I do, car chase and action and all that.
Big.
So for that you need that kind of a place, which is huge. Restrictions नहीं हो किसी चीज की. And I love that. It's quite like you stay there in the studio. You shoot there, so it's like more like a boarding school, disciplined. I like that. Within 2 minutes you're on set.
I know traffic का hassle नहीं है ना जैसे मुंबई में है. Like,
Mumbai is like.
I know. Exactly. And police force वो कहाँ shoot किया?
That is shot. We shot in Mumbai, Goa, Jaipur, Delhi, A major portion we shot in Delhi. We shot in Hyderabad.
थोड़ा बताओ ना क्या
Then
किया.
Bangladesh.
हाँ. Bangladesh? Why?
One team went. The story is such it gets
अच्छा.
connected, and there is a hunt over there.
Okay.
So yeah.
थोड़ा सा चेंज करना पड़ा OTT के लिए स्टाइल अपना.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. नैरेटिव वैसा है.
हाँ.
One experiment we did was like एक पुलिस की स्टोरी है और एक नेगेटिव फोर्स है. ये आप कहें ग्रे फोर्स है. And it's like a hunt. So what we did, because it's 7 episodes and it's quite big. So my chief AD Shushwant, I launched him as a director with this. So he's my co-director. And I told him that I will not come on the set जो terrorist का पूरा portion है, you shoot that, I'll shoot the police portion. And then at one point we both will meet because the story is such. And from there I'll take forward things. So it was interesting. और change इसलिए नहीं करना पड़ा क्योंकि narrative हमने film जैसे ही रखा है.
Okay.
So like how my films are वही narrative है. ज़्यादा और ज़बरदस्ती का there is no गाली गलौज, न्यूडिटी ये सब नहीं है
जो यूजुअली OTT में ज्यादातर है ना.
कुछ OTT में मतलब कुछ सीरीज में रिक्वायर्ड लगती है कि हाँ ये फिल्म की कहानी से रिलेटेड है. कुछ में ऐसा लगता है कि जबरदस्ती कर रहे हैं बिकॉज सेंसरशिप नहीं है.
बट यू डोंट हैव दैट इवन इन योर फिल्म्स राइट.
नो आई डोंट बिकॉज माय ऑडियंस इज सच.
हाँ.
आई डोंट वांट टू मेक देम अनकंफर्टेबल. एक हैप्पी गो लकी फिल्में होती हैं, मास एंटरटेनर्स होती हैं, कमर्शियल फिल्में होती हैं, and एक फैमिली ऑडियंस है उसकी. And I don't want to make them uncomfortable because they come with a faith कि अच्छा रोहित की फिल्म है तो टाइम पास होगा, फैमिली के साथ देख सकते हैं. सो वो मुझे उनको अनकंफर्टेबल इन थिएटर और व्हेन दे आर वाचिंग इट ऑन टेलीविजन मुझे अनकंफर्टेबल नहीं करना है उनको.
So how did the plot elements of Singham happen? Firstly, why are you making a third one? Like I think 2011, 2014. और उसके बाद इतना टाइम गैप के बाद यू डिड अदर वन सिम्बा
एंड सूर्यवंशी. वी वर वेटिंग फॉर एक्चुअली सिम्बा की, देन सूर्यवंशी की, एंड देन पेंडेमिक आ गया 2 साल बिकॉज सूर्यवंशी एंड इज लिंक्ड टू सिंघम एक्चुअली. बट देन वी हैड टू वेट फॉर 2.5 years फॉर दैट. In fact almost 3 years for that to start Singham. And then we started with Singham. And that this is वो बनता चला गया from Simba. That universe started becoming like and it's quite big and popular now and loved by people. So I'm grateful for that. And
इतना बड़ा स्टार कास्ट
अभी इसमें सब है. हाँ. इसमें एक और है.
कौन नहीं है इसमें? I don't know. सबको. And who's who? Tell me now. Or can you tell me?
Yeah, it's like it's like we have already introduced everyone in the thing. So there is Ajay, there is Akshay, there is.
But Ajay, he's still doing the.
Yeah, he's now but he's upgraded now. He has a different mission altogether from the government. He's like he's not just an officer. Well, he's an officer, but on a bigger level. And then there is Ranveer Singh. Then there is Deepika.
What are their roles?
They all come from a different region. Achha. It's not like in one police station. The film travels. The film travels from Mumbai to South all the way till Rameshwaram and forward from that. What we are doing with this is like we go with her story then we make a film where it's only Deepika. Achha. It's her story. So it's like that. So we are introducing character for like in Simba or in Sooryavanshi was like Singham came and Simba came जिन पे फिल्म ऑलरेडी बन चुकी थी, लोगों को पता था. बट विद सिंघम अगेन व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज कि वी आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग दिस कैरेक्टर्स एंड देन वी विल टेल देयर स्टोरी.
अच्छा,
दैट वे.
ओके, कोई डिफरेंट नैरेटिव स्टाइल?
डिफरेंट तो नहीं है. मैं इट्स लाइक कि अच्छा यू हैव सीन हर बट व्हाट वाज हर पास्ट
एंड देन वी
गो इनटू दैट स्टोरी.
Okay,
it's like that.
Interesting. You know, the way you've taken this so many actors, it's like 21st century का मनमोहन देसाई, no? नहीं?
It's an honor to be called Manmohan Desai. I don't think I'm that.
मतलब clean pictures, okay, clean, and then even like say Amar Akbar Anthony, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like okay, this is Amar's story, this is Akbar's story, this is Anthony's story. कहीं पे मिल जाएंगे ये लोग.
Correct.
है ना? So
I loved that kind of cinema. And even Sir Manmohan sir was like commercial filmmaker, mass entertainer used to make in those days. I try to make the same kind of films. So but he was too big a director than me.
नहीं मतलब see Akshay will act with an Ajay, will act with the Deepika, will act with the Kareena, and they feel confident that you will do justice, है ना? नहीं तो वो इतने सारे स्टार्स इन
Insecurity हो जाती है।
इनसिक्योरिटी है ना.
हाँ.
हाउ डू यू कन्विंस एज अ डायरेक्टर कि देखो वी आई डू जस्टिस टू.
Actually, most of them, I would say, Tiger is the new boy who's joined the force. Other than that, सबके साथ मैंने काम किया हुआ है.
टाइगर श्रॉफ.
So, हाँ, उसके अलावा अजय के साथ इतनी सारी फिल्में हो गई हैं.
हाँ.
करीना के साथ कई बहुत सारी फिल्में हो गई. दीपिका के साथ वी डिड चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस. अक्षय के साथ वी डिड सूर्यवंशी. सो कहीं ना कहीं एक वो कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है डायरेक्टर में. कॉन्फिडेंस से ज़्यादा एक कॉन्फिडेंस इस बात का कि हमें मिसयूज नहीं किया जाएगा या इट्स नॉट जस्ट टू क्रिएट दैट बिजनेस, यू नो.
बट दे शेयरिंग स्क्रीन स्पेस विद सो मेनी पीपल. क्योंकि अगर आप चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस करो या फिर दी अदर वंस दैट यू आर टॉकिंग, वो सिंगल हीरो या डबल हीरो.
करेक्ट.
पर इसमें तो लाइक ह्यूज स्टार कास्ट.
वो एक्चुअली नाउ द कल्चर इज सच के एवरीबॉडी इज ट्राइंग टू डू दैट.
हाँ.
You know that after Marvel, that universe, people have started, like when we did Sooryavanshi, it was Akshay. And then comes Ajay and Ranveer in the film. When we did Simba, it's like Ajay comes in the end. And then when during the rolling titles, for just one scene, Akshay comes in. So I think that is culturally, I think actors are realizing that कि now मतलब doing this is not, मतलब इसमें कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि फर्क पड़ेगा. At the same time, audience is also trained for all this kind of films के अच्छा ये तो 10 मिनट के लिए आए हैं 15 मिनट के लिए आए, but they won't feel cheated. They know कि अच्छा ये तो it's a universe now. So ऐसा होगा.
अगली फिल्म में इसका 10 से 15 हो जाएगा.
10 से मतलब पूरी फिल्म होगी फिर.
पूरी फिल्म हो जाएगी.
वैसा हो जाएगा.
हाँ. And even the actors are comfortable with that now.
Yeah.
Okay. And but when you write, when the script comes in, its script is tight for एक फिल्म या फिर वो सीक्वल करके 3 फिल्म का सीक्वल है. एवरीबॉडी नोज ऐसे नहीं.
एक फिल्म के लिए होता है.
एक फिल्म.
जैसे इसमें हमने एक बेस छोड़ा हुआ है कि इनकी कहानी क्या होगी, दीपिका की कहानी क्या है, व्हाई शी इज लाइक दैट, बट यूजुअली इट्स फॉर वन फिल्म.
एंड द लुक, इज देयर लाइक अ कंटिन्यूटी पर्सन हु सेज दैट कि हाँ उसमें पार्ट 1 में ऐसे था, पार्ट 2 में ऐसे हुए. देयर इज अ कंटिन्यूटी पर्सन हु सीज दैट मैनरिज्म्स भी वैसे ही होना चाहिए.
एग्जैक्टली. स्पेशली फॉर सिम्बा बिकॉज उसका मैनरिज्म, उसका डायलेक्ट एकदम अलग था. ही वाज प्लेइंग महाराष्ट्रियन कॉप. सो वाज अजय, बट उसने एक डायलेक्ट पकड़ा था सिम्बा ने. तो ऑब्वियसली वो ध्यान रखना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है, स्पेशली विद रणवीर, बिकॉज उसका एक एकदम पर्टिकुलर कैरेक्टर है सिम्बा का. वो बोलता एक तरीके से है. तो अगर जब वो सूर्यवंशी में आता है या वो सिंघम में आता है तो उसको वही कैरी फॉरवर्ड करना पड़ता है.
हाँ. इज इट डिफिकल्ट फॉर सम एक्टर्स कि उनका एक बोलने का ढंग होता है, they don't like to change it, you know. There are some actors who have this walking style, who have a talking style, और वो एक बार सेट हो जाते हैं तो क्या वो are they ready to experiment with new
nowadays dialect? Yes. Nowadays फिल्में वैसी बनती हैं. पहले जब हमने शुरू किया था या उससे भी पहले थे, वो एक सेट होता था. एक एक्टर का लुक है तो वो 25 फिल्मों में सेम
like
लुक है.
गोविंदा will come in that white pants, yellow pants, green pants.
बट अब वो नहीं है, अब चेंज हो गए. अब बहुत
और सलमान वुड कम इन अ पर्टिकुलर स्टाइल.
बट नाउ ऑडियंस हैज इवॉल्व्ड अ लॉट मोर देन अस, आई वुड से. एंड नाउ वी हैव टू बी ऑन आवर टोस बिकॉज ऑफ ऑडियंस, यू नो. के यू मतलब आज जैसे हमने जो कुछ फिल्में बनाई थी वो आज अगर हम बनाने जाएं तो हमें 2 बार सोचना पड़ेगा. कि
सच एज कौन सी पिक्चर? नहीं,
सारी फिल्में, आई वुड से सारी फिल्में ऑलमोस्ट. अगर मैं गोलमाल की बात करूं या मैं ऑल द बेस्ट की बात करूं या मैं गोलमाल 3 की बात करूं, या फॉर दैट मैटर सिंघम 1 की बात करूं, मैं तो उस तरह की उस जॉनर की फिल्म या उस बजट की फिल्म या वो स्केल की फिल्म आज लोग देखें नाउ, बिकॉज इट्स बिकम ग्रैंड नाउ. इट्स बिकम लार्जर देन लाइफ.
हाउ डिड दैट हैपन? मतलब फिल्में जैसे देयर इज अ 12th फेल, वो भी है, वो ग्रैंड नहीं है, वो भी चल जाता है और आपकी फिल्में भी चल जाती हैं. ऑडियंस वांट्स व्हाट, लाइक थाली में अलग अलग टाइप की डिशें.
नहीं, एक्चुअली देखिए 12th फेल तो कंटेंट ड्रिवन, इट्स अ वेरी स्ट्रांग फिल्म, आई वुड से. आई थिंक इट्स वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट रिटन फिल्म एंड फाइनेस्ट परफॉर्म्ड फिल्म ऑफ दिस ईयर. दैट्स व्हाट आई फील एज अ डायरेक्टर. एंड तो कंटेंट ड्रिवन फिल्में भी चलती रही हैं हमेशा से. जो एक मिड साइज फिल्म होती थी जिन्हें हम कहते थे कि हाँ ठीक ठाक एक्शन है और कॉमेडी है और सब कुछ हो गया, वो आज थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो गया. यू हैव टू बी ऑन योर टोज. लाइक जितनी मेहनत या जितना हमने वर्किंग सिंघम अगेन में कर रहे हैं हम लोग, वो शायद सिंघम में हमने किया होगा, बट इस बार हमको बहुत ज्यादा करना पड़ रहा है. इज बिकॉज द ऑडियंस इज इवॉल्विंग एंड विद दैट वी
क्या कर सकते हैं आप? मतलब एक फेरारी को 3 फेरारी उड़ा दोगे, क्या करोगे?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, स्केल बड़ा, बिकॉज हो क्या गया है, जो हमारे बच्चे हैं, दे हैव बीन एक्सपोज्ड टू सो मच कंटेंट नाउ,
हाँ,
एंड सिंस पैंडेमिक आई वुड से, यू नो, सो कंटेंट इतना एक्सपोजर हो गया है कि उनके पास चॉइस है. अगर मैं उनको कस्टमर की तरह देखूं तो मेरे कस्टमर के पास तो कितनी चॉइस है, और वो एक अलग लेवल की चॉइस है, अलग स्केल है, उनका टेस्ट एक
एंड
अलग है.
अटेंशन स्पैन नहीं है.
तो अभी हमें वो लेवल पे काम करना है. तो इट्स फन, इट्स लाइक यू हैव टू ब्रेक योरसेल्फ एंड मेक योरसेल्फ अगेन, एंड इट्स लाइक, और ये होना भी चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से, ये होते रहता है हर 8 साल 10 साल में, विच इज़ गुड फॉर अ टेक्नीशियन दैट ही इज़ लर्निंग अगेन. और वो अगर वो उस तरह से ले इस चीज़ को कि नहीं यार, हम सही नहीं है, ऑडियंस सही है,
करेक्ट,
वो होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. और ये मैंने कुछ डायरेक्टर्स में नाम नहीं लूँगा जो जिनका डाउनफॉल देखा है हमने, इज़ लाइक बिकॉज दे थॉट कि नहीं, ऑडियंस करेक्ट नहीं है, सही नहीं है, हम सही हैं, जो हम कर रहे हैं वो सही है. ऑडियंस कभी रॉन्ग नहीं होती, यू नो, जनरेशन चेंज होती रहती है. हमारी थिंकिंग कुछ और थी, अब जो टीनेजर्स है उनकी थिंकिंग, उनका एक्सपोजर कुछ और है. तो हमें उनके हिसाब से काम करना होगा. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि नहीं यार, हमने जो किया सही है. तो आई थिंक
बट थोड़ा फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है ना कि यू वांट टू क्रिएट समथिंग बट ऑडियंस हैज सच लो अटेंशन स्पैन दैट कर ही नहीं सकते हैं वो.
नहीं, ऐसा उसमें ये है कि आप फिर वही तो है चाम, वही मज़ा है, वही चैलेंज है कि ऐसा कुछ क्रिएट करो कि वो अटेंशन स्पैन रहे. कि आप स्क्रीन प्ले में क्या चेंज करते हो, आपका विजुअल कैसा है, आपकी कहानी कैसी है, आपका परफॉर्मेंस कैसा है एक्टर्स का. एंड विद फिल्म्स लाइक सिंघम एंड ऑल, वो एक जो उसमें हमें फ़ायदा होता है, चाहे वो गोलमाल हो या वो सिंघम हो, कि वो ऑडियंस पहले से प्यार करती है उन कैरेक्टर्स को.
हाँ, करेक्ट.
तो जैसे मैं कॉलेज में कोई इंटरेक्शन होता है या बच्चों को मिलो, कॉलेज टीनेजर्स को मिलो, तो गोलमाल 1 को लेके वो अलग ही उनका एक प्यार है. एंड देन यू रियलाइज कि ये छोटे होंगे जब उन्होंने पहली बार देखी हो. तो आपको बचपन की कुछ फिल्में होती है, या आप टीनेजर हैं तो आप सिंघम में जो टीनेजर होगा वो आज बड़ा काम कर रहा होगा कहीं, तो बट उसके लिए वो उसका फैन है.
हाँ, रिकॉल वैल्यू.
तो अब हम उसको कैसे और मेहनत करके बड़ा करें, अच्छा करें, उनके लिए भी और नई ऑडियंस के लिए भी इज अ चैलेंज.
See, but when you're working for a Singham and when you're working for police force, in the OTT thing ना, और ऑल द मोर ना, बिकॉज जो थिएटर में आया सिंघम देखने के लिए, वो पैसे दे के अंदर आया और वो 3 घंटे ग्लूड है.
करेक्ट.
अनलेस इट्स अ वेरी बैड फिल्म, वो बाहर नहीं निकलने वाला क्योंकि वो पैसे दिए हैं. यू नो व्हाट आई मीन. सो इवन अगर थोड़ा सा स्लैक होता है, ही इज वेटिंग. लेकिन OTT में क्या है कि अगर थोड़ा सा भी स्लैक होता है, योर रिमोट इज विद यू ना, यू शिफ्ट.
एग्जैक्टली.
मतलब आप प्राइम से नेटफ्लिक्स में चले गए, नेटफ्लिक्स में यू नो हॉटस्टार पे चले गए, बट इमीडिएटली हो जाता है.
इनफैक्ट इतना ही नहीं, वन ऑफ द चैनल हेड हैड टोल्ड अस लॉन्ग टाइम बैक के स्पैन सिर्फ देखने का ही नहीं, स्पैन सर्च का भी हो गया. मेनी अ टाइम्स के आपने OTT पे डिफरेंट OTTs पे सर्च किया, ये देखता हूँ और फिर कुछ देखा ही नहीं.
हाँ,
कि उसमें ही आधा घंटा निकल गया एंड देन यू जस्ट शट डाउन.
True.
So that also happens. So it's like you have to be very careful now.
What happened with Circus? Tell me. That was such a bright film.
Yeah.
Why
Circus,
did
I think it
click?
was quite a simple film. And obviously it was made during pandemic when things were changing. Like today, if I want to make that subject, I will not touch it. You know, and ये था कि सूर्यवंशी रिलीज नहीं हुई थी, इंडियन पुलिस फोर्स शुरू होने वाली थी, एंड वी हैड अ ईयर गैप, 8 months गैप, बिकॉज पेंडेमिक चल रहा था. सो क्या करेंगे, वर्कर्स आर सिटिंग एट होम, तो एंड वी हैड दिस स्क्रिप्ट फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम, सिंपल स्मॉल फिल्म. तो चलो बना देते, वर्कर्स भी बिजी रहेंगे, हम लोग भी बिजी रहेंगे.
Such a nice thought.
तो हमने उसमें बना, फिर स्टूडियो बेस्ड फिल्म है वो. देयर नो कार्स फ्लाइंग, देयर इज नो एक्शन, देयर इज नो हीरोइक एंट्री एंड ऑल. And I think this was, and we were tired of waiting, and I was fighting my battle के अरे सूर्यवंशी, many people told me कि OTT पे डाल दो. And I was like नहीं, ये फिल्म आएगी तो थिएटर में आएगी, अगर नुकसान होता तो मेरा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So waiting after that बैठे घर पे, सभी घर पे बैठे थे, तो we started शाम को मैं पूरी टीम के साथ जूम पर आके हमने जैमिंग शुरू किया. एक आध स्क्रिप्ट लिख ली, फिर ये हुआ कि 3-4 महीने बाद रियलाइज़ हुआ, 5 महीने बाद, कि यार सब वर्कर्स तो जो मेरी टीम है, वर्कर्स सब घर पे बैठे हैं, यू नो, एंड क्या करेंगे. तो देन ये हो गया, शूटिंग शुरू होना, परमिशन मिलने का ऐसा आसार नज़र आ रहा है. तो दैट सर्कस वाज द फर्स्ट फिल्म जो पेंडेमिक में शुरू हुई.
Okay.
एंड
कहाँ शूट किया?
महबूब स्टूडियो, पूरी फिल्म स्टूडियो बेस्ड है. फिर जब थोड़ा
सैनिटाइज करके पूरा
बहुत
everybody was stuck
बहुत
there.
खर्चा हुआ हमारा उसमें भी,
हाँ.
बिकॉज एवरी वीक ब्लड टेस्ट, एवरी वीक कोविड टेस्ट, देन एंटीबॉडीज किसकी हो उनको आगे रखो, जिनकी एंटीबॉडीज नहीं है उनको सेट के बाहर रखो. ऑल दैट वाज लाइक,
पीपल डोंट नो द बैक स्टोरी ऑफ दीस फिल्म्स कि कितनी मुश्किल में.
सर्कस वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. एंड देन वन परमिशन मिली हम लोग को, तो हम लोग ऊटी गए. फिर डांसर्स भी कम लेके जा सकते, उतने ही लोग ऊटी ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं फ्रॉम बॉम्बे. तो एक आउटडोर हमने वो किया छोटा सा. एंड वी वो वेटिंग है सूर्यवंशी रिलीज हो गई. घर पे बैठ के क्या कर रहे, तो ये एक ही सिंपल चीज़ मेरे पास थी कि मतलब ये बना देते हैं वर्कर्स का, तो मतलब एटलीस्ट दे हाउस विल रन, एंड मतलब जो मेरी टीम है वो बिजी रहेंगे. सो बट इट वॉज क्वाइट अ सिंपल फिल्म आई थिंक. एंड ऑब्वियसली द ऑडियंस वाज गिवन मी सो मच लव, दे स्टिल गिव मी दैट मच ऑफ लव. If they felt there is something wrong, then there must be something wrong. उसमें there's no thing of denying the fact.
Or is it that people want that bigger, larger than life from you? और ये पिक्चर में वो नहीं मिला उनको, तो they felt a little cheated कि नहीं मिला.
I think larger than life से ज़्यादा I would say the narrative of the screenplay must have not worked for them.
Okay.
So because I think if I say कि नहीं वो larger than life लोगों को चाहिए या taste change हो गया है, would be, I don't want to escape that. I don't want to be an escapist. To my audience who's given me so much love. You know कि नहीं हमसे गलती हो गई, वो गड़बड़ हो गया हमसे. So that's the fact of life and that's fine. If you know your job, उसमें ये बोलने में कोई शर्म नहीं.
Does it hurt? मतलब how do you deal with rejection?
I think I learn from it and I don't, because culturally my whole team and me are like अगर फिल्म बहुत बड़ी ब्लॉकबस्टर भी हो गई है तो थर्ड डे वी आर वर्किंग. लाइक तो वी डोंट टेक इट लाइक दैट सीरियसली कि अरे इतनी बड़ी हिट हो गई, उसके बारे में मैं ज़्यादा डिस्कशन नहीं करता हूँ कि देखा हमने क्या बनाया, देखा चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस देखी सबसे बड़ी हिट, गोलमाल 3 देखी 100 करोड़ हो गई, ये नहीं, हम नहीं करते वो. 3 दिन बाद लोगों को ऐसा लगता है बिकॉज सिनेमा है, फिल्म इंडस्ट्री है, तीसरे चौथे दिन हम निकल जाते हैं. तो दैट्स व्हाट
निकल जाते बोले तो
नेक्स्ट फिल्म पे,
अच्छा
नेक्स्ट काम कर रहे होता है. लाइक एज आई टोल्ड यू, लाइक IPF रिलीज पर है बट आई एम कमिंग बैक फ्रॉम सिंघम. And I'll be going back to Singham.
But how do you mentally switch, Rohit?
I love it. I love it. It's difficult. It's very difficult. It's not easy. But working every day, thinking of a story, creating something, you know, good,
but
bad, whatever.
Repeat नहीं करना चाहिए because you're thinking in a certain manner for police force.
Correct.
You're thinking in OTT. और फिर यहाँ आके you're thinking differently. वो switch हो जाता है
हो
कि
जाता है.
कभी-कभी सीपेज होता है.
नहीं हो जाता है. वो concentration बस ये है कि वही सोचना पड़ता है 24/7.
हाँ.
You can't think of anything else except for your work. वो एक है, you have to be like, और अब तो ज़्यादा because it's challenging for us. Because evolution is happening with the audience. You know, आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि ये चल जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. ऑडियंस बहुत चेंज हो गई.
एक फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म है while you're shooting, like do you have youth or somebody like that जो आपका ज़्यादातर target audience है to
My
tell
team.
you, your team?
My whole team is very young.
Okay.
My ADs, few of them, Shushwant who became a director, who came to me when he was a kid in Singham. So they are like 21 to 30, 35 के बीच में पूरी टीम है.
Which is generally your audience.
Yeah, and I interact with them because मुझे नहीं पता कि कैसे वर्क होता है. You know, इतने सॉफ्टवेयर भी आ गए, वो नहीं ऑपरेट करना आता है. इंस्टा पे फोटो लोड करना.
Did you use AI?
No.
You didn't use AI?
But
पर आएगा ना AI?
110% आएगा. कोई रोक ही नहीं सकता है. लोग बोलेंगे और वो रिस्की भी होगा. जैसे आई थिंक एलॉन मस्क का मैं इंटरव्यू देख रहा था, वेरी सैड कि इट्स गोइंग टू बी स्कैरी.
I know. Sachin Tendulkar tweeted there was a ad and it's so realistic. It looks like he's only opening his mouth and talking.
Correct.
And he said this is fake. And then the minister also, picked up and said that this is a very dangerous thing which is happening.
We need to be very careful. I work so much with cops, police, films. The worry is CCTV पे अगर आना शुरू हो गया वैसा, तो बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. कि कल को ये AI का प्रूफ के लिए कि अच्छा वो इधर से उधर गया था, ये वही आदमी, किसी ने फोटोग्राफ खींच के कर दिया कि ही वाज देयर मर्डर के दौरान या एनीथिंग, या किसी लड़की के बारे में किसी ने कुछ गलत कर दिया. लॉज बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट करने पड़ेंगे AI को लेके, बहुत ज़्यादा. अदरवाइज आगे चल के बहुत स्कैरी होने वाला है. नॉट ओनली फॉर फिल्म्स, और ये तो चलो अभी ठीक है जो चल रहा है, ये ठीक है, बट आगे चल के ऑन अ नेशनल लेवल फॉर द कंट्री आई एम थिंकिंग can be
very dangerous,
very
no?
dangerous.
Yeah. So in all your stunts and things like that, AI someday is going to come in. But you didn't use special effects that much, no?
I started using it now.
Huh.
I've started using it, and face replacement happens. That's a different thing. Like the stunt guy whose physique is almost like your hero or your heroine, and for the risky shots, and then you just do the face replacement with your actor. You scan the actor's face and you do it. That everybody is doing.
But Akshay has done most of his stunts.
Akshay. These are old school guys, na. Oh, Akshay, Ajay.
मतलब मैं ही लटकूंगा हेलीकॉप्टर से, मैं ही कूद मारूंगा.
Akshay is still like that. Akshay, Ajay, for that.
Ajay also, right?
Yeah.
And they need to be physically really fit,
Very
no?
fit. Very fit.
Huh. You've done double for Akshay. It seems. I didn't know that. I saw one of your interviews and I said double kiya, but like you're this muscular, big built guy. वो इतना पतला
Akshay is
है.
still like that, not slim. That time he was also a little huge. If you see Khiladi ke time pe. So even I was of that frame that time.
अच्छा. Okay, I was like, how did he do this? I said, वो देखने में तो बिल्कुल ही अलग है.
That time same tha. We are talking about 94, 95.
And like when you enter and when Akshay enters, Akshay
Now
has this-
obviously there is a difference. Yeah.
he has this masti way of walking and everything. Yours is completely different. So I was just wondering कि कैसे किया, like, you know,
तो बहुत ही 27-28 साल पुरानी बात.
before you became a director.
Yeah.
Okay. हाँ, that's why I was wondering कि कैसे he would have done. But when you say old school बोले तो they come and rehearse before.
More than rehearse, they used to do real stuff.
हाँ.
Whether it is Ajay or Sunil Anna for that matter, Akshay, Amit ji. They were like real action they used to do. Like अगर jump करना है तो jump करना है. तभी special effects तो था नहीं. So they are used to all that. So they still want to do that.
हाँ.
Yeah, so they are and then बाकी मतलब.
Do you suggest कि double इस्तेमाल कर?
हाँ, जहाँ रिस्क रहता है वहाँ कर लेते हैं.
हाँ.
Because it should not get मतलब उनको भी मार ना लगे ज़्यादा.
हाँ.
For one and then shooting रुक जाएगी.
होता है क्या ऐसे?
होता है भाई कई बार. अभी हमने जब ये इंडियन पुलिस फोर्स में शिल्पा गॉट इंजर्ड एक्शन में, लेग गॉट फ्रैक्चर्ड.
goodness.
So we had to wait for 3 months.
3 months?
3 months. Fracture.
हाँ.
तो
क्या करोगे? हाँ.
Yeah, so उस तरह की चीजें कम हो तो we try to avoid.
You had injuries?
Lots. You see this.
टेढ़ा. Which film?
You see this.
Oh goodness. Oh, there's a cut.
You see this.
The stitches are visible.
Yeah, public को नहीं मालूम पड़ता. Now I'm too close to you so you can make out. You see this? This is not the real skin. The skin is from here.
Grafted.
There's a patch over here.
उधर से निकाल के. किस में? You burnt it?
Action में लगा हुआ है.
क्या? गाड़ी में?
You see this?
हाँ.
So when you walk तो नहीं पता चलता.
Yeah, you have that style. I mean, you're in Jatland, you're in Delhi, Haryana, you walk like that only.
I'm a Shetty.
You're a Shetty. Listen, I used to be terrified of your dad. I didn't know for the longest time. You look so gentle that, you know, you're Fighter Shetty's son. And, you know, he was like, when he used to come on screen for us, for my generation, it was like scary.
And he was a very soft guy.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, and like the look was such, and he was 6'3" and huge, tall. So people used
His
to
eyes, man.
People used to really get scared of him.
But it was like that, those sequences, na, Mr. Bachchan and Fighter Shetty and उन दोनों का जब वो action चल रहा था, you know. But he was like, he was an imposing figure.
Yeah, that was a era of where image used to work. More than anything else. You know, because no social media, you can't see an actor or a character artist.
So people would come to you and say, you're Fighter Shetty son?
No, when he used to come to my school, students used to get scared. So that was fun for me. That was really fun for me. Parents, teachers meeting and I like, tomorrow is my day.
बोल के तो देखो कि ये naughty है. But how was he in real life?
He was a very soft-spoken guy. And very humble. And obviously down to earth, coming from a humble background, and very emotional.
He was Bombay. When you say humble background, bole to?
Udupi.
From Udupi.
Yeah.
Okay.
He came here. He started working. He came and then he started working when he was 13 as a waiter at Cotton Green. There's a hotel in Cotton Green. So he used to work as a waiter there. Then he started. He was huge and tall. So then he started doing boxing. And there one. Azim bhai, एक action director, black and white ज़माने के, he saw him.
हाँ.
And then he said कि तुम action
But
करोगे.
उस टाइम black and white ही चल रहा था ना,
black and
60s,
white, black and white.
70,
Yeah, yeah.
60s में I think, late 60s.
Late 60s से फिर
हाँ,
color आया.
हाँ.
So then he started working as an action guy. Then
हाँ.
duplicates he did.
हाँ.
And
Duplicates?
Yeah.
किसके लिए?
That time जो भी मतलब होंगे actor
हाँ.
उनका दारा सिंह वगैरह.
अच्छा.
That he was that big.
He was bulky ना?
Yeah.
हाँ.
And then he became an action director. Nasir Hussain sir gave him a break. Muneem ji and जब प्यार किसी से होता है.
कितने हीरो से पिटाई हुई ना उधर, like,
so-
and that डिशुम वाला type.
sound and it looked fake. He was 6'3" and you know some one thin small hero hitting him like.
हाँ.
And then more than that, more than character actor, actually he was an action director.
Huh.
He was a quite famous action director for, and obviously no social media. People were not aware of that much. Like Diwar, the action you see in Diwar, the go down fight, it is him.
It's he directed
He's not
the
there
whole
in the
thing.
film, but he directed that sequence.
Yeah.
He's the action director of that film. Yado Ki Barat, Great Gambler, Dawn. You name all the big films. Evening in Paris,
Huh.
Trishul. So you name all those films,
The
and he
Trishul was like fabulous. Where
yeah, the ambulance, bringing the ambulance in the fight and everything. That's he's done. He invented glass break.
Huh.
Like
What
you
is
see.
going through the glass?
Glass that he invented. Before that, it used to not happen.
अच्छा.
And then obviously they used to get cut and all. उस
हाँ.
ज़माने में.
He got cuts.
He got lots of cuts.
You
All the
remember
action-
as a child?
Yeah, because he used to come with blood. आ गए घर पे तो ऐसा blood के साथ ही आ गए. टाके लगे हुए. It's like so.
Then why did you get into?
Looking at, I thought this is my life. This is what I have to do.
Really?
And it's like my mom was a stunt woman.
Huh.
All the Sita Geeta films when you see,
Huh.
or you see Vajanti Mala rolling from the staircase, it's her. It's
Oh.
she her physique was such.
तो वो सीता गीता वो fan
फैन
sequence.
से लटकी हुई है जो, that's my mom. अंदाज में that जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना. You see top
वो
angle
तो,
shots on the bike of
skates.
Rajesh Khanna.
Ah, अच्छा. हाँ.
That's my
No,
mom.
that was
That was Sita Geeta.
सीता गीता. हाँ.
So that's my mom.
Oh wow.
So all the big films you see, Ramesh Sippy's films. Till
So she was double for Hema Malini.
Hema ji, Vajanti
And
Mala.
then Vajanti Mala.
Lot of physique was such.
So they
that's
met
why
at
I'm
sets.
like this.
क्या?
So it's a family
We can't-
business, breaking bones.
Podcast has moved towards your parents. I'm sorry, they're like my generation films now, so I'm more interested in that. So cute. They met at sets or
Met
what?
on set.
How
yeah.
sweet.
So
Okay.
yeah. So it's like it's in our DNA, breaking bones, you know? Like breaking our own bones than others.
तो स्कूल से you decided कि
Yeah, from
हाँ.
10th I started working. I went to Kuku Kohli and Veeru Devgan. And I started working because Veeru Devgan knew my dad very well because they were colleagues. And Ajay was getting...
That's Ajay's dad.
Ajay's dad.
For just audience, you know, we have some audience who see and hear the podcast who live abroad. So they may not remember Veeru Devgan,
Veeru
right?
Devgan was again, I think one of the... Veeru Devgan's जी के वजह से action got recognition and you know that was the first time action got award from Full or Kate. Before that action was not... there was no award category for action. It's so sad.
Underrated, no?
Underrated before that. And they have done some great work.
Okay.
You see Roop Ki Rani, that train chase, that's done by Veeru Devgan. There's a film called Dil Ka Hira.
कौन है उसमें?
Dharam ji and Hema Malini ji.
I must have seen every film
Yeah,
of
I
theirs.
must have seen Dil Ka Hira. He's playing a custom officer.
अच्छा.
So there is a shot where the car is going in speed and a chopper comes and bangs the car in the same shot. No CG.
Wow.
There's so much of that kind of work. Do or do panch, if you see, there's a
Yes.
car on fire
Amitabh
getting.
Bachchan and-
There's a jump where the car goes in the pool in a pond, which they shot in Ooty.
हाँ.
That's all real. That's all Veeru Devgan.
But it's true, no? Those films didn't look fake.
Everything was real. no?
Yeah. So like when I saw Avatar, you know, okay, it's a fabulous film and everything, but it didn't do the magic for me. Maybe I'm not the target audience.
Yeah.
Right? But somewhere it's not doing the same magic which say a Do or Do Panch would have done. You know, if I see, you know, a man running on a train, when I see Shah Rukh dancing on the
Chaiya,
train,
chaiya.
chaiya, I know it's not special effects and there's some magic that those sequences have. You know, but as soon as वो CG आ जाता है, मेरे को पता लग जाता है. I don't know whether most people know, but I think
the
they do,
new
no?
generation, they're used to it and they
They
want
accept
something
it.
they accepted. Like those films, jinka what
Iron Man kind of a thing. Na?
Yeah.
It didn't do the
for
magic.
yeah, I can understand
won't.
what you're saying, but for the new generation, it's the thing now.
Yeah.
It's the thing, like, So yeah,
Though, you know, when we saw Mahabharat and we saw that spear जा रहा है, वो acceptable था somehow. But पता नहीं ये क्यों नहीं होता. Like when I see a castle or when I see कि अच्छा हाँ ये you know शाहरुख जा रहा है या सलमान जा रहा है, तो इतना बड़ा घर है. I want a बड़ा घर. Do you
I
know
understand
I mean?
what you're saying.
Like when I'm seeing in your film a car going on fire, I want the car to be on fire.
On fire, yeah.
I don't want
So no, and
fake
we are
flames.
like now what we've started doing. I started like people. We decided like my team used to say डालना है या नहीं डालना है. So making में now on Insta post sometime we do few shots and I put it like on Insta. Like day before only we did an action stunt. So I put kids real, like whatever happening is real. You see, like, and kids really enjoy all that. You know, we can make out.
You're on social media. You like
Yeah.
the idea of getting the feedback from social media?
No.
You don't
I'm very scared. I'm not on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, and I'm rest. I don't know. Like I'm not. Yeah. For this generation, it is fine, but it's too much for me. I don't want to take this much. Too much of And if it was just for even if the language was like for a film like Circus, if there is a language of a follower or on Twitter which says कि sir few of my friends also have messaged me that way कि अरे it was not up to mark, it was not a Rohit Shetty film. I didn't try. So there is a conversation which can happen that we agree. But then it goes into MCBC, माँ बहन की गाली, and then those are the and you can make out ये वो लोग हैं जिनका कोई वजूद नहीं है.
Chintu from Chandigarh ऐसे बैठ के वो काले से कमरे में बैठ के.
So that is little annoying, and for people like us, it's not like it's little. You can't take it that much. So it's better to avoid.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you was, you've taken Shilpa Shetty in Indian Police Force. Why is it that we don't have many action heroines, action heroes? Hai. But action heroines like say an Uma Thurman or Angelina Jolie, like that Catwoman, that they're coming. वो कौन सा बैटमैन की पिक्चर में भी था ना वो like उमा थर्मन का. They're doing action. Why in India it's not there so much?
No, it's there. It's just that what happens is why Shilpa now and then Deepika is because now we have those budgets or that scale, I would say. We lack budgets. It's not we don't have that kind of actress who can pull off action. There are many girls in our industry who can do action like if we train them, they can do kick-ass action like any other action hero. But then I feel the film has to be of that scale of you are making with any male star. It should not be it's a female-oriented script, so uska ye budget hoga. If you see the films, what we are talking about is that scale. And then it's because of their market. Even the producers are not wrong. Because the business is such. That now it started happening here as well. If because we have those kinds of budget and there is an audience for that. There was an audience earlier also, but now the scale has gone up, and even if it's a heroine-oriented action film, people will come and see if it's done right. That's more important, I think.
I know. I interviewed Akshay Kumar and I asked him about action films, and I said Tom Cruise type action film क्यों नहीं बनते? Is it उनका जो एक shot होता है वो जो that when he goes that chopper वाला, उनका एक shot में पूरा action film बनता है यहाँ पे.
That's the biggest struggle we are going through now because our audience is used to that scale, and we don't have that kind of budgets. हम कितना खर्चा कर लेंगे? चाहे वो 500 करोड़ से ज़्यादा तो बिजनेस नहीं हो सकता, 600 करोड़ से ज़्यादा तो बिजनेस नहीं हो सकता. चलो मैक्सिमम 700 करोड़ हो जाएगा, बहुत रेयर होता है ना. When you say 700 crore also, technically audience को लगता है 700 crore. It's not 700 crore. It's half of that. Yeah. Because it's taxes and everything. And if it comes to 300 crore rupees, so the producer is getting, you cut down more money. He's getting of his 700 crore. अगर आप business बता रहे हो, the business is around 275 to 300, which is the share which comes to the producer. So we don't have that budgets. It's ऐसा नहीं कि we don't have that kind of technicians. We don't have that kind of actors who can pull off stunts, or we don't have actresses who can do that kind of stunt. We have everything. Only we lack budgets. Okay. Like South also, when you see films, even they have taken big risk, and hats off to them.
Yeah, they
like
do.
Like a KGF, like Kannada film.
Yeah.
अपने आगे ये सब.
Yeah.
But you see, they
Kantara,
have taken Kantara. They have taken that risk of making such big films, and I know what struggle they must have gone through while making it. Yeah. With that conviction they did, because and budgets के वजह से, and hats off to them. I respect them for that. You know, that they made those films with that conviction, spending so much money for such a small market, and see now it's all over.
उसका बैक स्टोरी बताओ ना आप, लाइक व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग एक्शन फिल्म, व्हाट डज इट मीन टू, लाइक आई एम श्योर इंश्योरेंस वगैरह करना पड़ता है.
Insurance होता है, but see that doesn't, like today a basic shooting cost is for an action film. If you have, I'll say not of scale of Singham, but a normal scale. If you're shooting an action abroad, your per day cost, you will be shocked to know, will be somewhere around 75 lakhs to 1 crore.
Good lord.
It's not easy. If you're going abroad and shooting, if you're getting technicians from abroad, you're paying them in dollars. Or even if you're taking, like we have, our team is from Cape Town, so you're paying them 5.5 times more. Because that's 5.5 rupees or something. We just shot the 5 rupees 80 paise or something per day.
Cape Town में.
Cape Town. No, we bought the technicians here.
क्यों?
For a sequence we bought. They do my Fear Factor. They do my Khatro Ke Khiladi series. So we needed few stunt team like that who can do car drifting and everything for Singham Again, or for any film for that matter. Special effects have gone really high.
Why?
Really
I
high.
would think कि वो सस्ता हो जाएगा as time goes by.
See, I'll tell you how it works is, what has happened now, a lot of companies from abroad have come.
हाँ.
And major work happens from India. We have such great technicians all over India. Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai. Most of the work of Hollywood films are done here now. You know, we have such great technicians. For them, they are paying, if it is 80-90 rupees a dollar if we talk. So यहाँ पर आके अगर करते तो उनके लिए कितना हो जाता है? 80 times cheaper. 70 times cheaper. So why now what competition is becoming is, a lot of big CG companies are coming here, and now they have started taking our technicians with giving them salary 4 times.
Market forces.
Yeah. So now the software is same, equipments are same. Just because the salary is gone 4 times high, the budgets have gone up.
So youngsters who are watching this is the industry to be in, to do CG for a Shetty movie. Right?
So,
I mean,
and for everyone.
For everyone.
It's not only me. Everywhere. The whole of the country must be facing this. It's not me.
Okay.
Whether it is a South film, whether it is a Hindi film, or anyone. It's gone really high. And then doing the right work is also important. You know, you have, and at the same time, you have to look out for new technicians who can do it, who can do brilliant work in less money.
Yeah.
And it's a task. It's a task because they can pull off one film. That company can pull off one film. They can't pull off such a big scale film, or maybe 4-5 films at a time.
Do you repeat your team? Which
Always.
उधर credits में लिखा होता है. So tell me about that. Tell me the story about that.
It's been years that my team, we are old school. Like we don't, nowadays people work in contracts. And that too maybe because directors, they make, in 3 years they make one film, or in 4 years they make one film. I make film every year. If I'm not making film, I'm doing series. If I'm not doing series, मतलब मैं कोविड में भी स्टूडियो में घूम बैठ के सर्कस बना दूँ, ऐसा हो मेरा नेचर वैसा. Like we keep working. So they've been working. वो एक it's like a family. It's like guru shishya thing. Like what we had in our times. कि I think वो पैर छूने का वो छूट ही गया. वो शायद हमारे यहाँ, या मैं अपने सीनियर्स को मिलता हूँ, अमित जी को मिल लूँगा, या कोई सीनियर को मिलूंगा, तो आई टच द फीट. बट वहीं पर कोई दूसरा यंगस्टर आएगा तो, एंड इज ओके विद दैट, बिकॉज कल्चरली वी बीन थॉट लाइक दैट टू डू. सो दैट कल्चर इज स्टिल देयर इन माई कंपनी. एंड पीपल, इट्स बीन 15 years, पीपल हैव नॉट लेफ्ट. ऐसा नहीं कि दे मस्ट हैव नॉट गॉट एनी अदर अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट दे स्टूड बाय मी. सो इट्स माई टाइम टू गिव देम दैट क्रेडिट. And they work with me for, I work like mad. I was just giving an interview and I told that day before, because I had to come here. Day before morning, 11 o'clock, we started shooting in Hyderabad. We shot till 7 in the morning next day. And then I took a flight. The whole team took a flight in the afternoon. They all were awake with me, came back to Mumbai. And then I did my packing and all on other meetings, and I landed up here. I slept in 47 hours. I slept for 2-3 hours. That's it.
Yabba.
Like you can check my Insta post. Day before I was in Hyderabad.
How are you creative in spite of that?
I live, I breathe. I'm driving, I'm flying, I'm talking, I'm doing anything. It's just cinema behind me. I love it. Good, bad, great work, mediocre work, but it's just work. for me. So
Is
and I,
this work culture is there with your entire
team, and they've been with me for so long, and I can only pull off this kind of stuff when I have a team with me. They have not left me and gone. Like ADs who came in All the Best, which was in 2008, 2009, are still with me. Now they're becoming a director. Shushwant, who became a director with the IPF, came with Singham in 2011. Was still with me, working with me, and didn't go anywhere.
It's a new style altogether because, I mean, in our business, there's so much of attrition.
Yeah.
Even in the IT business and everywhere, 6 mahine kaam kiya, 8 mahine kaam kiya, fir you get... And it's not as if they're unhappy or anybody's unhappy. It's the same thing which I'm saying, attention span. Kaam kiya, ab you want something different, some new.
I think it's more of being practical. Emotions ke jagah ke, matlab you can make out, and they are very... I know few people, few of my friends, or like, ke abhi main yahan 3 saal hu, then I will move on, and then you look back and there are people who have just given their life for the company.
Yeah.
So I think that's a culture now, and they are just thinking about themselves, and I don't think that is also wrong.
हाँ.
हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा नहीं था, अब ऐसा है तो ठीक है, ये ऐसा है. Maybe my son will think like that.
हाँ.
कि अभी यहाँ हूँ, अब ये करता हूँ, फिर ये करता हूँ.
Does he want to get into films?
Yes, he wants to be into films. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 17 now, but yeah, he wants to be in films.
Action films, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine that, it would be a natural career progression.
Yeah,
that he's
third
seen.
generation.
Third generation.
He
would
wants
want-
to be. He's already decided on that he wants to be in films. But I said, okay, you finish your studies and then travel, like work with me. And I'm preparing him that it should not come as a shocker to you. That हम same घर से निकल रहे, but you're taking a auto rickshaw or you're taking a normal bike or a bus and going, and I'm going in my car. So don't think यार मेरा बाप बदल गया है. Think it as your training. And you won't be staying in the same hotel. You have to start from where I started. Like you will be staying with in other hotel with other technicians, and from there you have to, and that will be the best training than going to a. He will be going to a film school, but I think that will be for India especially, where we have so many vast culture. Like मैं देखते रहा हूँ अभी के एक्टर्स को हिंदी बोलना नहीं आता है, और वो हिंदी फिल्में कर रहे हैं. तो जब तक वो आपका इमोशन वैसा, और आपको हर तबके के लोगों को केटर करना है. आज मुझे पता है कि मैं एक ऑटो वाले को भी केटर कर सकता हूँ. मैं वहाँ से आया हूँ और मुझे बोलने में कोई शर्म नहीं है. या मैं एक मिडिल क्लास या लोअर मिडिल क्लास की लेडी कैसे सोच रही है, या आदमी लड़का कैसे सोच रहा है, या एक झुग्गी झोपड़ी के बाहर बैठा हुआ जो चाहता है कि वो बड़ा हो, उसकी थॉट क्या चल रही है. आई कैन रिलेट टू देम, एंड आई थिंक एवरी एक्टर और डायरेक्टर शुड गो थ्रू दैट लाइफ. अगर आप चलो टचवुड आपके पास पैसा है, आपके फादर के पास पैसा है, एंड यू आर विल टू डू ट्रैवल, बिकॉज इट्स वेरी सैड कि लैंग्वेज नहीं आ रही है आजकल. कॉन्स्टेंटली यू आर स्पीकिंग इन इंग्लिश. And आपको वो, and then you want to perform that. How can you perform that way?
Yeah.
You need to be, अगर मैं बोलूँ कि अगर आप वर्ली में आप रह रहे हैं या किसी चौल में आप हैं, और वहाँ से आप एक महाराष्ट्रियन लड़का ऊपर आता है, तो एक लड़के को जिसको वो कनेक्ट ही नहीं है, वो कैसे कर पाएगा जब तक वो जिंदगी जिए नहीं भी जिए, तो एटलीस्ट जाने के वो कैसे हैं, कैसे बात करते हैं, कैसे रहते हैं, कल्चरली कैसे हैं, कि वहाँ से ऊपर आना, क्योंकि हम वहाँ से आए. सो वो मिसिंग है. आई थिंक वो एक हर पेरेंट्स को जो चाहते हैं कि उनके बच्चे फिल्म्स में आए, सब जगह भेज दो, हर फिल्म स्कूल में भेज दो, हर जगह भेज दो, बट एक बेसिक ट्रेनिंग जो कि सबसे सस्ती है, वो करवाना जरूरी है.
Especially when they are actors. I've
Actors.
seen, I was...
Even directors for that matter,
I used to always wonder, जैसे कि Saif Ali Khan, born into a certain milieu, you're rich, sophisticated, gone to boarding schools abroad. वो ओमकारा कैसे कर गया? मतलब, I used to think...
that's what after working so much, इतने साल काम करके, लोगों से वैसे मिलके, हार्ड वर्क करके, एंड सैफ ने भी कहीं ना कहीं खुद रियलाइज किया होगा कि मुझे अब ये करना है. और वो खुद बोलता भी है ये बात. एंड देन करते यू सी ना, दैट स्कूलिंग, ही डिडंट लीव इट कि नहीं मैं सही हूँ. And that's why today Saif is Saif. Like you see his performance now, like it's totally different.
Yeah, he had to learn that.
And that was from Omkara. You're right. Like Omkara just changed, and obviously it couldn't. ऐसा नहीं कि हुआ रहेगा. He worked hard on that. क्या observation किया रहेगा उसने, पढ़ा होगा, देखा होगा कि कैसे लोग हैं, क्या है, and then he became
It's
this.
like I saw the other day Neetu Kapoor's interview in Karan Johar's show, and she had this story to tell about कि ऋषि कपूर को एक डायरेक्टर आता है, वो फिल्म बनाना चाहता है, तो वो कहता है कि अच्छा चल स्टोरी सुना, क्या बनाना है तूने पिक्चर, तो वो कहता है कि राजस्थान में तपती हुई धूप
भगा दिया होगा उन्होंने.
इसे नीचे उतर तू गाड़ी से.
I know, he must have done that.
किस तरह से मैं गरीब दिखता हूँ पहली बात तो, you know how ऋषि कपूर like पिंक पिंक cheeks and all that, वो कहाँ से गरीब लग रहा है, right? और वो कहाँ उसके हाथ नरम मुलायम, उसकी गोरा चिट्टा लड़का, वो कहाँ से लग रहा है गरीब, वो भी तपती हुई धूप से तू नीचे उतर ला है, क्यों I can't do this like. So when you are putting people in the role, do you think कि उसके background matter करता है?
नहीं, more than that, ये एक बेसिक, जितने भी हमने नाम लिए, चाहे वो चिंटू जी, ऋषि जी का नाम, या फॉर दैट मतलब मनोज वाजपेयी, दे आर ग्रेट एक्टर्स, एंड ऑब्वियसली लाइव देखा है उन्होंने. लाइक इफ यू गो इनटू हिस्ट्री ऑफ ऋषि कपूर जी आल्सो, ही असिस्टेड राज कपूर साहब.
या
इट्स नॉट दैट कि राज कपूर साहब का बेटा है तो नहीं, कुछ नहीं किया, काम किया है उन्होंने. एंड आई वर्कड विद हिम एज एन असिस्टेंट इन राजू चाचा.
oh
And whenever he used to meet in a function or something, he worked with my dad a lot. So he was very basic, though from the Kapoor family, but the whole of Kapoor family, I would say, for that matter, very basic. Workers के बारे में, workers कैसे सोचते हैं, क्या बात करते हैं, वो एक जो आरके स्टूडियो, I would say, का जो कल्चर है ना, वो जब मैंने राजू चाचा भी की थी उनके साथ, आई वॉज एन असिस्टेंट दैट, तो एंड ही हैड वर्कड विद माय डैड अ लॉट, तो यूज्ड टू जस्ट स्पीक अबाउट दैट, क्या पहले फिल्मों में ऐसा होता था, पहले ये होता था, पहले वो होता था, दैट अवेयरनेस. And if you,
I believe Ranbir also has done assistant AD ka
yeah, Ranbir, with whom he's done, I don't know, but he's also, I've done one ad with him. He's also same, like he's very.
You've done ads also.
I've acted in an ad with him. Played Rohit Shetty just now on Tata AIG ad with him.
Okay.
So even he's like culturally very. When I say filmy is when you know about family, film family. When I talk about film family is not only some actor but a lightman also. About a spot boy also. About a panther operator, dolly operator, camera attender also. How it works, So they are very like that. They know about film families.
When they say dolly, they mean something else. They don't mean dolly.
So Ranbir and all is
it's
like.
It's only some of us who understand dolly shot.
Yeah,
kya
dolly
hota hai.
shot क्या होता है. So they're culturally
और
very
baby
filmy.
क्या होता है? Right? When I used to tell this to my friends, I used to say एक डॉली होता है, बेबी होता है, पर हम लोग जब डॉली बेबी बोलते हैं हम कुछ और ही होता है.
लोगों को लगता है किसकी बात कर रहे. डॉली इज लाइक दैट क्रेन को हम जो पुल करती है कैमरे को, उसको डॉली पैंथर.
और लाइट होता है बेबी.
बेबी में लाइट में छोटी लाइट को बेबी बोलते हैं.
Not many people realize this.
बेबी लेके आओ तो मिले, अरे वेरी फिल्मी, अरे नहीं भाई लाइट आ रही है.
Right. So, but of course, nowadays in TV studios, it's not there. Dolly shot है ही नहीं, and babies बोलते ही नहीं है.
Okay.
So this terminology has changed.
Has changed. Okay.
I don't know whether
films में है
अभी भी
फिल्म में है डॉली, आज भी है.
हाँ. Okay, interesting. But when you say film families, most people would think film families are like the Devgan family or like the Kapoor families and things like that. But what you're saying is it's also the other families, which is of the light man, of the sound man.
Exactly.
The people behind the camera.
Behind the camera. So they are, when you talk about actors like these, they are connected to them also. They know them by their names. And because culturally it's like that.
Was it easier for you to act and to get these actors in your films because they knew your dad?
No. See, my journey was different. I started when I was 17 and a half, I think. First film, Full or Kate, 32 years ago.
College dropout? School dropout?
School 10th and started working.
Okay.
And then I worked for 15 years. I struggled and worked a lot. And then in between the journey, Ajay started his company. And by then I worked a lot with Ajay, Suhag, then Hakikat, then Pyar To Nahi Tha. Before Pyar To Na Tha, I would say. And all these films, one or two more films which didn't do well, which were not completed also. So then he started his own company. He said कि तू मेरे पास आजा, हम साथ में करते हैं. Then I started assisting in Pyar To Nahi Tha. I was an associate director there, Raju Chacha, all these films. And then after 13-14 years, I told him कि I want to direct. And he said कि हाँ. And then I narrated him a script. And he said कि हाँ चलो करते हैं. So for Zameen.
अच्छा.
So that break was easy for me because Ajay was there with me. So I had not to. I didn't have to struggle to get my first film. Because before that already that 15 years or 14 years
so
of hard work had gone.
हाँ.
Where people knew कि अच्छा
But you'd by this time की सब कुछ सीख लिया था ना, फिल्म मेकिंग का जो दापेच है क्या.
बेसिक होता, सीखता तो अभी भी सीख ही रहे हैं. टेक्निकली तो ऐसा है ना कि फिल्म मेकिंग ऐसी चीज है जो आप सीखते रहते हैं, क्योंकि आप ऑडियंस को केटर कर रहे हैं और वो बदलती रहती है. यू नो, सो
Ajay has also done such a varied his if you see the kind of films he's done, it's not just action, and you take him for your cop thing. He's done crime also, he's played the role of criminal also in so many films. और फिर वो cop करता है आपके साथ ना.
Yeah, he's done everything. I think he's done a Bansali film, he's done Dil Chuke Sanam, he's done Rituparno Ghosh, Raincoat.
Yeah,
he's done Mahesh Bhatt, Zakham. He does that, he doesn't talk. He's 2-time national award winner, Bhagat Singh and Zakham.
He's one of the most quiet person.
Quiet.
It was very difficult to interview him.
He's like that.
I was like, कुछ तो बोलो
यार. The body of work he's done.
Yeah.
If कोई और होता तो पता नहीं वो 20वें माले की बिल्डिंग से चिल्लाता. Because you know the generation has changed now. You know, but if you see Zakham, the kind of performance is given, or you see Raincoat, you see Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. No,
and Raincoat, you don't imagine that he will stand out, you know.
Exactly.
Like, but he stands out in that with Aishwarya with
Aishwarya.
Aishwarya only. Yeah.
Aishwarya.
And the music, Shubha Mudgal.
Yeah.
Oh, fabulous. What is the music in your in Singham this time? What are you doing?
Not much of music. Much of music.
Dance
As you said, attention span कम हो गया है लोगों का, तो
they are bringing it in the credits.
That I only started long time back.
Yeah, why are you doing this, man?
That is one hit song जिसके जो प्रोमो में आएगा. I'll tell you how it works, honestly. क्या अरे ये बड़ा हिट गाना है, ये प्रोमो में चला दो तो फिल्म की पब्लिसिटी हो जाएगी, लोग अंदर आ जाएंगे थिएटर में देखने. लेकिन अब वो गाना हिट हो गया है, तो वो गाना कहाँ डाले, फिल्म के सिचुएशन में तो आता नहीं है.
अरे कम ऑन,
रोलिंग टाइटल में डाल दो.
70s का पिक्चर नहीं देखा, ठूस ठूस के गाना, चाहे इट मेक सेंस और नॉट.
अब नहीं होता है वैसा. आई थिंक अभी तो कट डाउन हो गया. वेरी रेयरली
ड्रीम सीक्वेंस आ गए थे, चले गए जिनीवा में शूट करने के लिए.
Rarely you see 6-7 songs in any film nowadays. Very rare.
Why are the films not being shot in these, you know, those like Chandni and all used to be shot in Switzerland?
I think things are changing now, you know, and
it's going to the ghats of Varanasi.
Yeah, audience are changing now. And they would like to see, but then the story has to be such, you know. But earlier it was like, that's what I said, earlier it was easy. As you said, एक शॉट लिया और फिर गाना स्विट्जरलैंड में हो गया, फिर वापस मुंबई में आके शूटिंग. आज नहीं, आज ऑडियंस आपको छोड़ेगी नहीं. You have to be very careful. And उनकी भी गलती नहीं है. They have been exposed to so much of content being made now. So things are changing. And एक वो भी ज़माना था ना जब अब्रॉड चले गए, कपड़े कैसे पहने. आजकल हर कोई, everyone is well dressed. Everyone is aware.
This is another thing which I'm seeing. That पहले होता था, हाँ ये रूरल सेटिंग है, पता लग जाता था विद कपड़े का पहनावा एंड ऑल दैट. नाउ रूरल सेटिंग ऑल्सो मेन एंड वुमेन जीन्स में है. वो नहीं है
क्योंकि एवरीबडी इज गेटिंग मॉडर्न नाउ. एजुकेशन हमारा बेटर होते जा रहा है, अवेयरनेस बेटर होते जा रहा है, मॉल्स एंड फैशन हर जगह आ गए हैं. लाइक इवन इफ यू सी के एक अ वेरी रिच बॉय एंड यू सी a guy who's financially not that strong, but उसका basic correct होगा, उसका jeans correct होगा, उसका एक वो checks का shirt correct होगा. You know, earlier ऐसा नहीं होता था.
Like if you were to make Chennai Express today, North and South will not look so different like they looked in your film. At that time, I was really mad at you. ये क्या बनाया? Like, you know.
Not really. Deepika was so beautiful.
Deepika was beautiful.
Yeah, she's a South Indian.
Ghana, which is there, that.
Even the father Satyaraj, who played later on, he played Katappa and became famous.
Yeah. How did Lungi Dance happen? How did the song come through?
Lungi Dance was last moment. It was not there in the film. At the end, I think Honey and Shah Rukh met. And Shah Rukh called me, कि अरे गाना है तुमको सुनना है क्या? I thought it's superb it is. Only I had requested Honey at that time because of, as I said, because of my audience. It's like वो coconut में vodka मिला के was the line. So I was like यार ये vodka मत रखो. तो कोकोनट में लस्सी मिला के बोला मैं इससे ज्यादा शरीफ नहीं हो सकता आपके लिए. तो the earlier,
but it worked.
Yeah,
lassi also worked.
Yeah, वही ना. It works. तो मतलब बच्चे आएंगे फिल्म देखने. Shahrukh sir, that audience is a very family audience also, you know.
Huh.
Shahrukh sir's audience is very family oriented audience.
Huh.
If you see all his work.
Yeah, I think his like the Devdas one when he was drinking.
No, that's a
You
character.
accepted it because it was Devdas.
No, more than that, if you see all his films, whatever body of work is like, it's very loved by family. All his films.
So you also see like that? Ke
Yeah.
everybody in the family should.
Come and watch the film. Be comfortable. Like this OTT also series, like we made. I'm not saying that what others are doing is wrong, but no nudity, no sex scenes, nothing. Episode 3 and episode 7 में दो गालियाँ हैं, वो भी पुलिस वाला देता है.
नहीं, but ये पुलिस जब when Amazon was thinking, हाँ हमको Prime was thinking कि हमको पुलिस का फिल्म बनना है, तो did they automatically come to you or did you go with the story to?
No, the basic
police?
idea was with Sandeep and Anusha, who are the writers of this show. They came with an idea and Amazon bought them to me. They have written one basic first episode ka basic draft. This is what the story is and then we want to create something like this. And for me it was like, why me?
Police.
But budget, I was like, you know, OTT hai, budget nahi hoga and you want that scale. And they were like, Amazon was like, Aparna especially, no, we want to make it on that scale. And they really supported. They gave that budget. So only it's not that I'm too talented or I'm something different. It's just that I got the budget.
But you understand cop universe so well. So just tell me, how did it work? I mean, see, look, my generation is the kind जहाँ
पुलिस लेट आती है.
पुलिस लेट आती है ना. सारा खत्म होने के बाद they come with that gun and they look so lost. Or else there was that Iftikhar. You know, he was
Correct.
the cop, like
Correct.
okay, and there was
Jagdish Raj. Anita Raj's father.
He was okay. That अच्छा ठीक है. अब now that they've come on the screen, picture खत्म हो रही है. चलो gather everybody and go. But you gave a totally different.
Yeah, because you see what happened now with times, especially with Mumbai police. I've worked a lot with them. Things started changing since Blast, 93 Blast, and उसके पहले टेररिस्ट अटैक हुआ ही नहीं था. उसके पहले हमारा क्राइम ब्रांच, CID, हमारे अंडरवर्ल्ड था. और अंडरवर्ल्ड से एंड देन ग्रेजुअली इफ यू सी वहाँ से वो बढ़ना शुरू हुआ. एंड दे स्टार्टेड गेटिंग वेल इक्विप्ड. So even we had to get well equipped. And there are so many departments within the force which you don't come to know. जो रास्ते पे एक हवलदार है या एक पुलिस आपने फिल्म में दिखा दिया, आपको लगता है यही है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. There are so many departments. There's anti-terrorist squad. There is in Delhi there is special cell. They don't wear uniform when they are out. You know. Then there is Force 1 in Mumbai. There is so many other forces in Mumbai. You know then that work round the clock because we are under threat 24/7 now. So even we are well equipped. There's SOG in Kashmir. I've gone there. I've been there with them for 4-5 days. You know. So पुलिस हमको लगता है कि जो जैसे यू सेड कि जो फिल्मों में हमने पहले देखा बस वही है, ऐसा नहीं है. They are well equipped and they are smart guys. Like when you meet them, their clothes and all. Because रास्ते पे जो कुछ लोग खड़े हैं या जो आपने फिल्मों में देख लिया, आपको लगता है बस यही है. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. So I think that relation worked. And because now then they started taking it as their brand more than me. And then they started opening up. And then I also got into the details. Like there are so many other departments where, you know, and this so kind of equipments we have with us.
Do they come to you that the depiction is wrong? Like I know that people from the armed forces, they don't like some of the depictions which are shown in Hindi films. Like they say ये जो बार-बार किसी कर्नल को दिखा दिया, मुझ के गोली से उड़ा दूंगा. You know that typical thing. Caricature. You know, they don't like it. तो पुलिस वाले आपको बताते हैं कि हमको खराब तरीके से दिखाया है.
With me it doesn't happen because it's very it's police oriented. All my heroes are from the department I've always shown. But for every film we do take help. Like when I was making Indian Police Force, I came here and I was in Delhi for research. I met the special cell officers, how the jacket is, what kind of cars we use, how it functions, you know. How it's like a corporate building, like proper building, you know. हम जैसे पुलिस थाना दिखा देते हैं. It's not like that. So they have evolved a lot with times and people don't know about it. People will see, they have not seen the QRT team in Mumbai. They are so like वो आएंगे तो they you will feel like कौन आ गया full black dress में, तो so stylized like RoboCops. They are from the police force. कोई reaction team.
Yeah.
Because वो बाहर नहीं घूमते हैं जब तक कोई situation नहीं आ जाती, so you don't know about them.
Yeah.
So there are so many such
तो
departments.
वो है इस serial में?
They started from special cell is there.
Special cell.
Special cell is there. SWAT team is there. Delhi police uses SWAT. So we have shown SWAT. Whenever it is Mumbai police, then it is QRT.
So there are many capsules to this. Like if I was to say that, कि ये वाला cell ऐसे
Exactly.
आता है?
Exactly.
Okay. And there's a linkage.
Linkage, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
link.
And what about like the other thing, which I'm sure you've answered it before, but I'll ask you anyway, but the glorification of violence in action films and in police films, because it's like, you know, that in my mind it's ab tak chappan kind of thing, you know, like jab tak you don't see him shooting down bodies and you have, you know, a machine gun, some rapid fire shots.
See, how you present it is important. Like action, how gory or how gruesome you're showing is the thing. Otherwise, it's just terrorism and police. How you make it. Ultimately, you're making it as a story which is you're representing cops for sure, but it's again a commercial film. So if you see Sooryavanshi also, if you see Simba also, there is killing, but there is no blood or there is no gruesomeness to the film, because you know that you again, as I say, like you're catering an audience. Like you don't want to action. They don't mind watching. They've been seeing action since years now. They've seen Sholay also.
Yeah.
So how you present a particular action for your audience is like, it's up to you. It's up to the director, I would say.
How much do you tell the actors to prepare as far as their physicality is concerned? Like, did Shilpa have to change her style?
Shilpa was already like a fit girl. Like we had to go through a training for an action sequence. We had bought a team from Bangkok for her rehearsals and training and all. Other than that, like if you're playing a cop, like Simba, when Ranveer was doing Simba, I told him that I want you to be more than that six-pack wala body. You need to look like a beefed up guy who can beat up people. I don't want कि शर्ट खोलेगा तो मालूम पड़ेगा कि अच्छा जिम जाता है. शर्ट के अंदर शर्ट पहने हुए में लगना चाहिए. That broad shoulders, big biceps, and I don't want to show your six-pack. So you know कि गंजी में body दिखना चाहिए, like how Ajay was in Singham.
Yeah.
So that's like a Pelwan body. That's not a very model body. You know, so because you're hitting people, so you need to have that kind of a thing. So physicality wise, yes, Ranveer also or Ajay also, they took 6-7 months like to beef up themselves.
Really?
Yeah, Ranveer took that much time because he was coming from a film where he was quite thin.
Huh.
Yeah, and then
that's a lot of work for all these guys, right? To change your body. I mean, it's not just appearance. I mean, it's not
like
just...
now Singham also, we started shooting with Ranveer's portion first because he had to be beefed up for Simba, and then he goes into some other film where he has to lose weight and be very thin.
Okay, so these are things which are inbuilt in when you pick up the actors. They can't do obviously simultaneously a film where they're doing something.
Nowadays no. Earlier it was, earlier as you said, कि वो 5-6 फिल्में एक साथ बनती थी, एक एक्टर 6-7 फिल्म कर रहा था. But if there is a character like, so then it becomes like when Singham Ajay was shooting for Singham, he was not doing anything else because that mustache was there, then beefed up body was there.
Mustache चिपकाते नहीं क्या?
नहीं, अभी नहीं, अभी सब grow करते हैं.
अरे वाह.
So even Ranveer for that matter, so he had to grow that mustache.
That look has to come, I guess.
Yeah.
And
कहीं ना कहीं वो ना वो stick करके dialogues में थोड़ा.
Who's the villain? Who's the bad guy in Singham? Can you tell?
It's a surprise.
Surprise. And in Police Force?
That is also a surprise.
That's also a surprise. Okay. We talked about, social media and the blowback that comes. What about critics? When they write against, what is, as a director,
earlier when I started off when एक midday में या एक Times of India में या एक afternoon में या एक Mumbai Mirror में या एक Hindustan Times में रिव्यू आता था और वो आपको पता था कि फ्राइडे आपकी फिल्म रिलीज हुई है, सैटरडे वो रिव्यू आएगा. एंड व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड ऑफ वो 1 स्टार 1.5 स्टार 2 स्टार तक ही रहती थी मेरी गाड़ी. वो आज भी वैसे ही है बिकॉज हाईली कमर्शियल फिल्म्स एंड क्रिटिक्स की अपनी एक चॉइस होती है. आफ्टर अ पॉइंट व्हाट हैपेंड इज पीपल स्टार्टेड गिविंग सो मच लव दैट इट डजंट अफेक्ट मी. एंड at the same time, after a point in life, it happens like, अच्छा ठीक है, इनका एक अपना point of view है. They are an audience who don't like this kind of cinema. They want something else. So it's fine. Now it's become difficult for them because everybody is a critic now. If you have a 4G, you are a critic.
Yeah.
If you have a 5G, you have a critic. On any subject.
हाँ.
On politics, on cinema, on cricket,
हाँ.
सबको बैटिंग आता है, सबको देश चलाना आता है, सबको फिल्म बनाना आता है. क्रिटिक्स तो बेचारे पीछे रह गए. You know, our time it was Khalid Mohammed.
हाँ.
You know,
Specialized.
yeah, like 4-5 names were there कि ये रिव्यू करेंगे. अभी तो मतलब पहला शो इंटरवल में से शुरू हो जाते हैं ना लोग ट्वीट करना. And those are not critics. वो normal लोग हैं.
Yeah. And there was a time these critics could make or break careers.
Yeah, that is true.
And make or break relationships in the film industry. That's another horrible thing.
Yeah, that's true. But after a point, for me individually, it didn't start. It was like, ठीक है. Then they became friends. You are giving me 2-star, and I'm coming to their show only, and interacting normally. It became like, ठीक है. They are doing their job.
What is your gauge? Audience reaction कैसे? Through the numbers which are coming in Friday वाले दिन?
Nowadays, though, you come to know by afternoon where it's landing. By 3:34, from the promo also, you know how.
Tell me that day. How is it like? Like
I'm scared. After 16 films, also I'm scared. Like I was scared. The most scared I was a day before for Sooryavanshi because that was the life's biggest risk I had taken. Pandemic था. फिल्में लग नहीं रही थी. 2 साल तक कोई फिल्म लगी नहीं थी. 2 साल तक मैंने फिल्म को होल्ड करके रखा था. And then दिवाली पे सारे थिएटर खुले थे 50% कैपेसिटी में. उसके पहले एक हफ्ता पहले एक आध कोई फिल्म आ गई थी बट मेजरली सूर्यवंशी से खुले एंड 80% जगह पे 50% बिजनेस ही होने वाला था और वही हुआ 50% ही हुआ बिकॉज 50% कैपेसिटी एंड आई वाज स्कैर्ड दैट डे कि लोग थिएटर में आएंगे कि नहीं एंड इट वाज ओवरवेलमिंग द वे पीपल केम इन द थिएटर्स एंड देन एवरीथिंग स्टार्टेड from that film again like people started coming to theaters खुल गए सब कुछ ठीक हुआ फिर 2-4 महीनों में 100% कैपेसिटी भी हो गई और
faith भी होता है ना कि हाँ thank God they've come back like
yeah because it was not only a worst time for the whole world and हर तबके के लोग ने सफर किया सब ने
I read that you did a lot for your silently you were working for during COVID times for people and you were doing charity work and things like that. Sometimes you need to give back to society also.
It's very important. After an age it happens. I think so. Like when you realize that it's all happening because people love you, because you are lucky enough. आपकी किस्मत ऐसी है. You know, क्योंकि I believe in that. I am a strong believer in that कि luck is very important, blessings are very important. It's not your talent. टैलेंट तो है ही मैंने तो सब कर रहे हैं ना और आई नो माई पॉपुलैरिटी आई एम अवेयर ऑफ इट एंड आई विल नॉट शाई फ्रॉम सेइंग दैट बट एट द सेम टाइम आई ऑल्सो नो दैट आई एम नॉट दैट ग्रेट अ डायरेक्टर
व्हाई डू यू से दैट
आई एम नॉट समवन हु इज मेड अ लगान आई एम नॉट समवन हु इज मेड अ रंग दे बसंती आई एम नॉट समवन हु इज मेड अ 3 Idiots आई एम नॉट समवन हु इज मेड अ शोले और अ मुगले आजम आई नो दैट आई नो आई एम वेरी पॉपुलर आई नो दैट पीपल लव मी अ लॉट and I know because I'm lucky. So how I can give it back is by, as you said, whatever I do for the society or I can work hard for my films. At the end of the day, मैंने मेहनत किया, all I can say. और ये मेहनत मैंने इसलिए किया, अपने लिए तो किया ही किया, लोगों के प्यार के लिए भी किया.
पर बनाना है कभी लगान या 3 Idiot kind of it?
नहीं मैं वो कभी ऐसा वो किस्मत का खेल है वो अगर कभी ऐसा लगा कि कभी हुआ कभी बन गई तो बन गई एट द सेम टाइम आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी हैप्पी इन माई स्पेस विथ माई गोलमाल्स एंड माई सिंघम्स आई एम वेरी हैप्पी क्योंकि वो एक मैंने अपना क्रिएट कर लिया कि मतलब यू नो यू विल रिलेट यू आर साउथ इंडियन के सब इटालियन रेस्टोरेंट आ गया सब आ गया बट आप शिव सागर में जाएंगे इडली खाने सो आई एम दैट शिव सागर आई एम दैट ईरानी होटल का मस्का पाव एंड चाय वाला I am happy in my space. I am very happy in my space. I don't want to go there because I am not that great, honestly. So I am happy with whatever I am doing.
So actors get noticed. How did you feel when you first got noticed? Because directors को लोग इतना नहीं पहचानते, but you are like recognized immediately.
I think it's because of television. Television made me a brand, and the films. It became very satellite friendly. 2 things, you know, when I look back, talk to people, And then I realized people with who have datas, not कि कोई भी अगर sir आपने तो कमाल कर दिया, not those, is because when I started doing television in 2009, I did 4-5 years. I did Comedy Circus, and then I did Khatron Ke Khiladi, a show which was done by Akshay Kumar and Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah.
And first season they came to me and I was like, बहुत गाली पड़ेगी यार, you're replacing 2 stars. I'm a director, and it clicked. People started loving that show. People started loving me.
Yeah, you got huge TRPs for that.
Yeah. It's been 8 years, and it's been the highest show whenever it comes. Highest rated show all these 8 years. So it's luck factor ना. मैं तो अपना काम ही कर रहा हूँ और क्या कर रहा हूँ. लोग आके देख रहे हैं. लोग इतना प्यार दे रहे हैं. And then at the same time, Golmaal, Chennai Express, Singham, they worked a lot on television.
And people could relate कि ये वही
तो
बंदा
वो
है.
जो रोहित शेट्टी का जो नाम था ना, उसको फेस मिल गया.
हाँ.
कि अरे वो तूने देखा कॉमेडी सर्कस में जो आता है ना, उसने ये चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस बनाया है.
हाँ.
अरे तू खतरों के खिलाड़ी देखता, उसने ये सिंघम बनाया. तो बच्चों को वो पसंद आने लगा. Kids became a fan. And we don't publicize that much. But I'm in animation also, which is the highest rated show again. After Chhota Bheem. And that's Little Singham. Sometimes we are number 1 on that also. So we cater that kids audience also with Little Singham. So that is also doing well.
Who's that one person whose response you value the most? Like, is it somebody from your team? Is it your wife?
I think it's cumulative. For me, it's the audience. Because there is an emotional connect after so many years. I can tell that. Okay, there is an emotional connect with the audience because I roam around. I'm in Delhi now. So I know how people receive me at the reception, how kids come and meet me with love, how women will come and meet me, all ages, dadi, mummy, chacha, chachi type. They will come and they'll hug you. They want to click pictures. You can make out, okay, they love you. It's not that you're a big star. So there is some other, they treat me like I'm their family member, and I can make that out. So when they are not happy, that is like something I'm like, अरे यार, I didn't touch to that level where इतना प्यार देते और उनको ये चीज़ पसंद नहीं आई. So और उसमें उनकी गलती नहीं, उसमें हमारी गलती है ना, क्योंकि ये तो वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने सूर्यवंशी को 8 महीने 9 महीने पहले सर्कस कितना प्यार दिया. ये वही लोग हैं जिन्होंने सर्कस के बाद खतरों के खिलाड़ी को नंबर 1 शो बना दिया. सो ऐसा नहीं है. ये वही लोग हैं जो अभी इंडियन पुलिस फोर्स का प्रोमो आ रहा है तो सब चिल्ला रहे हैं कि अरे क्यों ओटीटी है, तो थिएटर की लग रही है, तो थिएटर की लग रही है. तो जब इतना प्यार मिलता है तो यू रियलाइज कि इनके इमोशन की वैल्यू सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है. क्योंकि इनके वजह से तो हम है ना, हम लैम्बोर्गिनी में अगर घूम रहे हैं, हम फ्लाइट्स में आ रहे जा रहे हैं, तो किसका पैसा है?
पर कभी दिखता नहीं है कि you are going in a Lamborghini. Somehow I don't know why your image has always been of a middle class boy, even though
I am still a middle class boy. And that culture should not go from any house in India, I think. Middle class culture is what keeps you grounded. That एक बच्चे का और अपनी नानी के साथ जो रिलेशन है ना, वो सबसे ज़्यादा वर्क करता है. ये अपनी बच्चे के और एक दादी का रिलेशन सबसे ज़्यादा वर्क करेगा. पोता पोती का अपने कहीं आप छोड़ो ना छोड़ो, उनको उनके पास छोड़ दो, वो अपने आप सब सही ग्रूम होके आएंगे. आपको 10 ट्यूशन टीचर या कोई आजकल तो स्कूल में क्या क्या नहीं आएगा. मेरे बेटे क्या है, वो कॉलेज में साइकोलॉजिस्ट आ गए हैं कि आप कहाँ रहो. क्या है साइकोलॉजिस्ट? My son told me I have a psychologist at home. 2 थप्पड़ मारेगा मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगा. Which has never happened. I've never raised my hand on him. I've never raised my voice on him. So I think वो सब चीजें मतलब गिरने दो. गिरने फैमिली वैल्यूज है. जाओ मट्टी में खेलो. अभी उनकी भी गलती नहीं, ग्राउंड ही नहीं बचे.
Did you grow up like that, nani dadi type?
Yes, I know. I stayed with my nani and मट्टी में खेलने वाले बच्चे हम लोग.
कहाँ पे? ट्रेन
में. I used to live in Santa Cruz. Then dad passed away. Then dad passed away, तो financial crisis आ गए. So we shifted to Daisar. My nani.
बोले तो कौन?
Me, my sisters, my mom. And so then we shifted to Daisar. We started staying with my nani. And then I used to travel to Santa Cruz to school from there. So that journey made me what I am today. The kind of films I make, where I can cater everyone. You know, and you respect that. You know, when it's very saddening when few people are ये तो मास है, तो मास भी तो इंसान ही है ना. अगर वो एक चाय वाला, नारियल पानी वाला, रिक्शा वाला, आप उसकी रिस्पेक्ट क्यों नहीं करते हो? वो भी तो अपने मेहनत का पैसा दे के आ रहा है ना आपकी पिक्चर देखने को.
So when you acted with these people who had acted with your dad, was there a connect or did
No, it was a connect, obviously. Like, I got Viru Devgan also when I worked. He was a colleague. He was junior to my dad. So my dad was, and they were very good friends, in fact, because they both were action directors. And there are very few actors with whom Amit ji, for that matter, had worked with my dad a lot. Chintu ji, Rishi Kapoor sahab had worked with my dad a lot. So yeah, it's it's changed a lot. I was seeing a reel that day and it was so touching that we are the last generation जिनकी माँ को social media नहीं आता है.
हाँ.
We are the last generation जिनकी मम्मी को पड़ी नहीं है कि मेरे को ये फोटो कैसे अपग्रेड करना है, कैसे फेसबुक पे डालना है. उनका सीधा कनेक्ट है बच्चों के साथ.
हाँ, correct.
We are the last generation and it is very saddening.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's true. It's verbally ही बात होती है ना, not. No, but now my mom has learned. She's more comfortable.
No, even my mom, I go to see सब उनको मेरे से ज़्यादा news पता रहता है because 24/7 on phone. But that connect ना, that is going. You know के.
अच्छा, reel से पता लगा. I think I have to ask you this. सबसे ज़्यादा memes I think are from your film.
My films. That.
It's like so meme worthy.
Yeah, everything. Like. एग्जाम का टाइम रहेगा कुछ रहेगा तो दैट प्रकाश राज का थिंग विल कम, चीटिंग करता है तो चीटिंग करता है फ्रॉम देन दिवाली पे जॉनी लीवर का हैप्पी होली विल से
एंड अजय
का बाइक पे
उल्टा करते हुए,
मुकेश तिवारी का जल्दी बोल पनवेल निकलना है, देन ब्रिजेश जी का फ्रॉम गोलमाल रिटर्न सडनली मुझको जाना पड़ेगा. ऑल दैट इज all of my
you know yours from खतरों के खिलाड़ी and all that.
No, वो खतरों का इतना नहीं बनता है बट मेरी फिल्मों का बहुत
फिल्मों का. हाँ. Does your son come and tell you that everybody is doing this making memes out of your film?
No, not really. No. But that's how you connect, na? Because you know that
it's work.
These are the kids who have loved now those films which came in 2008 and 2010 and they still remember and they are making videos out of it and reels out of it. So that's the connection, I think, which works.
Who are the actors you're most comfortable working with? Of course, Akshay and Ajay, yes.
Yeah.
But
I think Ranveer also, for that matter, because Kareena has done so much film. And I think old school Shilpa for that matter, because we come from 90s.
हाँ.
So the culture was different.
हाँ.
उसमें अपनापन बहुत था फिल्मों में, मेकिंग में, like अक्षय also for that matter. I just him कि next film ऐसा कुछ करेंगे साथ में, आप सिम्बा में आ जाओ. He came. He didn't know what is the next film. While Simba we started writing Akshay's story. But he came and he did that one scene and went.
So now after these two projects that you're working on, what do you want to do which is hatke, alag se?
I don't want to do anything hatke.
Nothing hatke.
I want to do what I'm doing for my audience, making all the police stories, making all the Golmaals. I want to stick to that. I'm scared of doing hatke.
I don't believe that.
I'm really scared of doing hatke. I'll tell you honestly. मेरे को नहीं हटके करने का.
अच्छा. That's
मेरे को किसी को प्रूव नहीं करने का. मेरी ऑडियंस मेरे साथ खुश है. मैं उनके साथ खुश हूँ. बस हो गया.
And every platform ना, OTT भी करना है, TV करना है.
और कुछ आएगा वहाँ भी घुस जाऊँगा मैं. It's just that bigger, better. Trying to do that in that same genre.
Okay.
Like Singham हमने 2011 में भी बनाई थी, अभी भी बना रहे. उसका स्केल कैसे बड़ा करना है, स्टोरी कैसे और बेटर करना है, हम लोग बस उसमें लगे रहते हैं.
Well, all the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
कि आप podcast में आए, ऐसी सारी बातें हुई. So I'm very, very happy for you. So all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching or listening to this edition of ANI Podcast with Smita Prakash. Do write in with your suggestions. Namaste. Jai Hind. Click here to watch the previous episodes.